Hey tubers, it's December 12th, rather warm December 12th so far, and I know I haven't made a video in a while, so I thought I'd give you an update on what I've been doing. Uh, well, first off, we extended our pad, our concrete pad from a little pad we had right here, extended it out and over some, and we've been starting to build our actual shop. Got the poles set, and we have our main support beam that, well, we pretty much made ourselves up with our tractor. And we're getting ready to buy the lumber to build it, hopefully have it done before sometime in late January. And, well, over the while that I've been kind of MIA, I've done a few things around, made a few purchases. As you know, I have a 62 Chevy pickup, which is that Stepside up there. And I've had plans on restoring it for a while, dropping my 350 crate motor that I have sitting in the shop in it, finding new transmission, painting it and everything. Well, about, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago, I spotted a truck in town, and I looked at it and ended up really liking it, so I ended up buying it for $600. It's a 62 Chevy Stepside, pretty much the same as my 63, just the design of the front end's a little bit different and a few other things. And the real interesting thing about it is, well, it has a few things that don't much make sense. Well, first off, it's been converted to disc brakes. Most vehicles before, well, pretty much all vehicles before mid 70s were drum brakes all around, most trucks at least. And it's got a brake booster, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's been converted to disc brakes in the front. Another interesting thing I found out about it is, and I didn't know this, but most trucks of this time had C-channel frames. Well, this one, I've looked underneath it, and the frame is a stamp cut tube, full tube frame, all the way back to the end rails, which leads me to guess that this is either a modified frame from, I don't know, maybe a Firebird or something, or a newer style truck frame that's had a older cab style fitted onto it. I got it for $600 because it has some problems. Well, first off, coming up to the pending problem, you see how far out the door has been pushed. Well, it had been in an accident. There's a little bit more. Sometime around mid to late 2011. There's some more of it. Well, I'm not exactly sure what happened, but my assumption is that the man who owned this before me slid off the highway into a ditch or something and ended up side-swiping a tree because, I mean, as you can see, this door is completely bashed in, and, I mean, this is a 62 Chevy. It's not made out of tinfoil. So, I mean, this right here took a lot of force to do. And the biggest problem with it right now is that the cab has been tweaked, so the wraparound windshield has been pushed out. Luckily, the windshield isn't broken, but it's been pushed out and the A-pillar's been pushed in. So I'm having plans to, before I do anything, I've already yanked the engine out, as you can see. I have plans to get this cab all straightened back out before I have plans to rebuild the engine and put in here. Let's see if I can get this open. There it is. Well, it looks like what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be cannibalizing that truck, that 62 over there. I'm going to take the doors, the doors. I'm going to cut the rocker panel out of it and probably build a patch for this rust right here. But I'm going to cut and re-weld a new rocker panel in here, replace the doors, Um, I'm going to have a. I have a friend with a I forgot what it is, but it'll be able to straighten out this A pillar after I get this glass out and be able to refit it. And hopefully that's all the problems. So far, from my looking, the frame doesn't seem to be tweaked, but the interior of this cab was at one time was real nice. It has a Thermo King under dash air conditioner, which is uh, something really cool. I haven't seen one before, but I mean, I have the compressor and everything for it, and I have plans when I rebuild the engine to put it back in. It, it's the shifter has been converted to a Pontiac floor shifter, just a straight line shifter that seems a little stiff, and it's got a later model tilt Chevrolet steering wheel. The only problem is, and you can tell by where the key slot angle is, they put it in somewhat sideways, so it kind of tilts sideways. So I have plans to replace that and get an actual key for it. The seats are a little bit worn out, and the carpet's probably going to be replaced as well. But other than the cab is really the only bad spot on this. Like I said, it had been converted to disc brakes in the front, and it has some really nice tires on it, on these rims. And another cool thing about this year is right around the 60s, Chevrolet hadn't been using a whole lot of leaf springs unless on their heavier trucks. So this truck has a trailing arm rear suspension, which means instead of the normal leafs, as you can see, it has a coil spring on the trailing arm, which is bolted to the frame, which gives a lot better torque off the line. Instead of your axle just tweaking, it's able to squat the vehicle, which gives a lot better handling off the line. The bed's in fairly good shape. Somebody's put some aftermarket taillights on, which I don't know if they work yet. I haven't put power to the truck. It's got a pretty standard exhaust. I'm going to have to probably put some catalytic converters on it. And one thing I found funny is instead of the usual hooks for the tailgate, he just used an old seatbelt latch to hold the tailgate closed, which I thought was pretty funny. All in all, it was a real nice truck. One thing I've been trying to figure out, I pulled the engine out, and it says on the corner that it's a Jasper engine and transmissions engine. Now, I don't know a whole lot about Jasper other than they make certain performance engines. Well, the engine that was in it was, as I said, a Jasper, but it was a 350 crate. Regular heads. I'm not for sure what all's been put into the engine, but the number 2 cylinder on the right side is, I'm guessing that the wrist pins broke by how bad of a racket it makes when it actually started up and fired for me. But and there's the sticker. But I have plans to take this, break it down, use whatever I can, and rebuild my my 350 crate engine, which I'm not for sure, but a friend told me, and you can't really tell, but apparently this means that these are double hump heads. I'm not totally for sure, and if you could help me out with it, that'd be great. I already have the steering column that I want to put in it, just a GMC steering column, newer mid-90s model. And really, all I need for this engine is what's on this. It's got a Edelbrock performance carburetor on it with an electric choke. This damn cap will come off. There it is. Edelbrock carburetor with the electric choke.